The 68th Commission on the Status of Women Conference at the United Nations, addressing critical issues affecting girls and women's rights and empowerment, was held in March 2024 in New York. It was attended by many representatives from all over the world. To understand the worldview, Bharatiya Stree Shakti National Secretary Varsha Pawar Taude actively participated, engaging in meaningful discussions on two key topics: appropriate age of marriage for girls and financial independence for girls at marriage. And these are the highlights of the interview.
I think I am influenced by the traditions in my country because we tend to look at girls getting married anytime after 21, which is the age of independence.
Women or girls must be married at 25.
The right one will be 21, between 21 and 25. It is because that you're more mature, you can take more understanding in relationship.
A girl should be married at the age of 18 and above.
The best age to get married is between 24 to 28.
18, a girl would be capable of making those decisions and should be able to provide for herself.
I believe once a girl is wise enough and is able to discern the right things to do, even from age 21, that's not a bad age to get married.
Girls should get married at the minimum should be the age of majority in whatever country they are residing in. So in Canada, that would be 18 years old. That's when we get the right to vote. That's when we get the right to make our own decisions. And I think that marriage should come with that. So it shouldn't be earlier than the country's age of majority.
So I believe that a girl should never get married until she's legally allowed to make decisions which are autonomous, which would be around the age to vote. So if a woman cannot vote with her rights and cannot have the protection of her own rights, of her body autonomy, she should not be getting married.
Nowadays, the generation has been changed. So if they're not independent about the financial part, then it's hard to decide themselves where to go or who they will really decide for marriage. That's what I'm thinking.
It is also good to have financially, stable. It's because if your husband or something you don't expect happens, then you will not have to panic. You can move on, live on, while waiting for another opportunity in life.
I do not believe that girls should be dependent on dowries or having a man control her finances. I feel too often, and I've also had lived experience in which you don't have access or control of your financial matters in a marriage or a relationship. I think that women need to be given an equal opportunity as men have for many centuries.
Women can be mentally independent and also have her position in the family, and also has ability to educate her next generation.
They need to be financially independent to grow as a woman, and they can do whatever they needed to do. Woman is very powerful, and we can study, we can be a mothers, we can be anything that we wanted to do.
I strongly believe that every woman should have the capability to be financially independent before they get married. Whether that means having a high school diploma, a diploma from a college, or a degree from a university, every woman should have the capability to be able to work and make her own money so that she can live on her own.
In terms of being financially independent, I think it's kind of difficult often for women to become financially independent. I think that they should strive for that, but I think in a lot of cases it wouldn't necessarily be realistic for women to be financially independent before they're married. And marriage is kind of a choice that's a combination of lots of different factors, including finances.
It's okay if you're financially independent, so you can support your husband, support your family as well.
If she is not financially stable, she will depend on a man to make every decision, including the sexual decision about bearing children, because this woman provides a financial support. She should be financially stable in order to make financial decisions on her own if their spouse comes home with money, she must be also be able to bring something home. Then they agree about how they are going to utilize the money in their marriage.
I agree, and I encourage young girls even now that when you get married, you should have a career and you should be financially independent, at least to a point, where you can have negotiative powers.